Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Amisha.
Hi, this is Gayatri, and welcome to another episode of Here Goes Everything with Us.
Alright, so Gayatri, what are we talking about today?
You know what we are talking about today. We are talking about the COVID times, how it was for us, what did we learn, what did we unlearn, and so much more. Basically, pandemic times.
Yeah, basically pandemic times, the last, 3 years it has been now?
Yes, mostly 2020 and 2021. 2022 mein it was still opening up and it was a lot better.
No, 2022 में, नहीं, wait. Second wave कब आई
20
थी?
2021 में 2022 में सिर्फ जनवरी में वेव आई थी एक बट देन पूरे साल इट वाज फाइन
Oh my god, times have flown by, मतलब, oh my god.
या
रियलाइज ही नहीं हुआ मेरे को कि सेकंड वेव को इतना टाइम हो गया.
second wave was so disastrous but everybody knows that it was really really bad but let's begin with the nice times and the good things that came out of it. So I used to listen to a lot of albums. Like I started listening to proper music albums during COVID itself. So when I listen to them again, right, it feels like I'm in lockdown and it feels like COVID is there and we're all home, like just today also. So in March 2020, Justin Bieber released his album Changes. And then in February, like I can remember it distinctly. And when I listen to those songs again, it reminds me of like COVID times and that we're stuck at home. So yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it was Justin Bieber's Changes. Rare,
Hmm.
Selena Gomez album was also released in Feb. It was released in Feb
Yeah.
2020 और मैंने मार्च में ज़्यादा सुनना शुरू किया था तो इट वाज लाइक कि ओके अब घर पे रहते हैं और मैं ये गाने सुनती हूँ तब मैं उन दोनों के गाने इतना ज़्यादा नहीं सुनती थी सो इट वाज लाइक न्यू फॉर मी ऑल्सो
Yeah.
एंड देन 2020 में Ariana Grande's Positions was also released. Like अब पूरी पॉप कल्चर मैंने पूरा पॉप म्यूजिक सुना था. Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia and Taylor Swift's Evermore and Folklore. So these albums kind of defined my COVID musically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Uh,
sharing that in
yes,
so much detail.
yes, and Marvel movies also
Oh yeah. Yeah, same.
defined COVID for me. And also a few shows like The Office, How I Met Your Mother, I finished then. So a few of these shows, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even I watched Marvel movies, all Marvel DC movies during lockdown in COVID. But the weird part is, Gayatri, that I do not remember most of the last 3 years or 2 years of COVID.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. Maybe I've like subconsciously I've suppressed.
Yeah, it was just numb.
Yeah, I was so numb, and I still feel numb most of the times when I'm experiencing life, and I am like trying to slowly get out of it. I'm still in that process, but yeah, it's pretty weird, when people talk about what they did during COVID, um, stuff they learned, stuff they did, and I'm like, I can't think of anything except for a couple of days when I was really into cooking. I learned how to make momo. I learned how to make doklas and stuff. And
Well, that's an
yeah,
achievement.
yeah, there were a couple of days when I did that. I also baked quite a bit in COVID.
You used to make red velvet cake.
Yeah, I remember. Oh my God, it's been so long.
Yeah. And you started painting also seriously then.
Seriously, yeah, I started painting only then.
Hmm.
Like, उससे पहले I'd only painted as a child, as a kid,
Hmm.
and I started painting in COVID. That is a really big thing. That is a really nice thing that I take away from COVID.
Hmm. Like for the privileged people like us, we definitely tried to make most of it and we really enjoyed the alone time, I think. And I think अभी थोड़ा जैसे social होने का कभी कभी pressure होता है ना कि oh you have to meet them, you have to catch up, you have to do this and
Yeah,
that. COVID में was chill. Nobody's expecting anything from you. You
yeah,
are not expecting from anyone. Life is slow. There was no rat race. There was just slow and like I'm just talking about the people who were privileged enough
yeah,
who were able
yeah,
to make money from home but for most of them It
Yeah.
was like slow, it was easy, it was relaxed. It was like it felt like that you can be happy in less as well. And how all of us turned to art and a
Hmm.
lot of TV shows and music and movies, and that just shows how much importance it has.
Yeah, that's true. I feel that I overdid the antisocial bit.
Hmm.
uh, Thoda, even after COVID, I got so used to being alone, just staying in my room all day, staying in my
Hmm.
house all day. And I got so used to it, and it took me so much time and effort to push
Hmm.
myself out of it. matlab, I think I always had this tendency of staying alone, of being aloof and just being antisocial and stuff, but I never really was able to do that because I was always out, office, college, school, and stuff. But jab mauka mila to finally stay at home, to be away from people,
फिर मैं वापस नहीं गई.
yep, I don't want to go back. But
Yeah.
of course, I mean, it has its cons. And I think it has cons only because it's not good if you do not step out of your house for
Hmm.
months at
Hmm.
stretch. Just
Hmm.
takes a whole different toll on you.
Definitely, bro. So, Gayatri before COVID and Gayatri after COVID were two different people, like a lot of people as well. But
Yeah.
I could feel that I was a lot more extrovert before COVID. And after COVID, I was just mostly awkward. I didn't
Hmm.
know. I feel like for a lot of time, I was like, oh my God, people, oh my God, conversations. Oh my God, just I was in a oh my
Yeah.
God place, but it got better. But I think I've realized that just the people that who were I was close with and with whom I tried to make that connection or pursue a friendship, unke साथ
Hmm.
I was like super comfortable and I cherished that even more. But even now,
Yeah.
I would not talk to people that easily how I used to. I think that also has something to do with adulting, not just
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
but it was a mix of everything. I think my mom was happy she got to spend time with kids or
Yeah.
children at home. Otherwise, we would
Yeah.
always be out. There was a lot of family time for sure. And my dad used to make a lot of stuff. So I did not get into cooking. Even then, I don't know when I will get into cooking. I need to get into cooking for the
Yeah.
for the love of life, for the sake of my health. I should get into cooking. कभी क्योंकि अलग रहूंगी तो I have to cook because बाहर का ज़्यादा
Yeah.
खा के sluggish feel होता है
Yeah.
ज़्यादा, so you need to
Ask
know how
me.
to cook.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Even both of us, we got closer during COVID, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we did not get to spend a lot of time before COVID. I think we knew each other for what, 6, 7 months before COVID,
Hmm.
and then COVID hua, and that is when we truly got to know each other. That is when we truly became better friends.
Hmm.
We went through, like in our own personal lives, we have gone through so much in the past 3 years, and
Hmm.
especially during the COVID period, we went through so much. And the best part was that I think what the reason that we are still friends is that we stuck by each other and we always checked up on each other. We always were connected. You'd call me, I'd call you, we text each other. And I think that is why we are still friends.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think we did get closer on texts and phone calls. It's interesting. You don't really get that close with people on just calls or texts, but we actually did.
Yeah,
We really connected. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like I would say a lot of my friendships got tested also during COVID, like second
yeah.
wave especially.
Hmm.
And I remember I had a huge fight with a friend, but it's yeah, but I think that was necessary. I think sometimes you should like fight and you should take it all out.
Yeah,
And I'm glad that we had a fight and then we got back. But yes, a lot of people. had different experiences with friendships and families and relationships. I also fell in
Yeah.
love during COVID, and then after that, it
Yeah.
did not work out. And then I used to see those memes. Where is your COVID love now? I was like, I was like, yeah, bro, I don't know either.
Yeah, you fell in love during COVID. I broke up during COVID.
During COVID. Oh yes, timing.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, but Harvey, like apart from our friendship, personally, I also became friends with new people and
Hmm.
lost some friendships,
Friendship breakup.
friendship breakups. And I think it is necessary. I think, and
Hmm.
it's inevitable also because with time, you cannot be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, people you were friends with probably 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you cannot be friends with the it's not
Hmm.
with everybody. You cannot be friends with everybody
Hmm.
forever. And there will be
Hmm.
times when your friendship will be tested, and COVID was a really big time for everybody, right? And I'm glad that I got to know the real side of some people, and I'm glad that they're not in my life anymore.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
And talking about family,
Hmm.
I think I'm sure that many families and many parents were pretty happy that they got to spend time with their kids or their family, and even like kids were pretty happy that they got to connect with their
Hmm.
parents, spend time with them. Like families were playing games and more connecting with each other.
Ludo, everybody was
Yeah,
crazy about Ludo.
everybody was playing Ludo King. It was a great time for some people, and for some people it was not, honestly.
Hmm.
Did you play games with your family during COVID?
We used to play sometimes. So my dad is not like he doesn't like to play a lot. He just
Hmm.
likes to witness things. So yeah, so we used to watch things together and we used to sit and talk mostly or have dinner together. But
Yeah.
play, not as such. But yeah, I do remember that we used to work out together sometimes.
Hmm.
So that was something. Like even if he's not working out, he would help us with headstands or handstands or things like that. So that was
Yeah.
something.
With my family, we cooked together
Hmm. Hmm.
quite often. We cooked and baked together. It was very chaotic, honestly, but
Oh, it is. Family kitchens are chaotic. Like my parents used to cook together as well, and I used to be like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
come out
It
of the
was
kitchen soon.
tough. Yeah, man. Every time I used to cook, my mom and dad would be like around me saying, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this right, blah, 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 blah.
Hmm.
I was like, please let me cook.
Yeah,
Let me be.
yeah. So I hope you are fully vaccinated, girl.
Yes, I am. Yes. Are
Good.
you?
But
I
I
know
did
you
not.
are.
But I did not get the booster shot.
Even I did not get the booster shot.
Hmm.
We'll get it when we have to get it. But COVID is back, by the way.
It is. It
Yeah,
certainly is. Um, in some parts of India, yes, it is back. And
yeah,
it has been affecting people. I don't know if it's as bad as it was, but
yeah.
it's bad. I mean, even if it's mild, it's still bad because it's still ruining some part of your body.
It's still traumatic, I
Yeah.
think. Even if it's not like affecting you, even if you don't get COVID, it's still pretty traumatic. Such a bizarre thing that happened to this world together.
Hmm.
The entire world was in it.
Yeah.
Everybody was feeling it. Everybody was going through the same thing.
Hmm.
Everybody was inside their houses for
Yeah.
so many months. It was such a crazy time.
Yeah, they would say like pollution levels also went down
Yeah, yeah,
because of that. And it was a very comforting time. I think I'm talking for again the privileged ones that
yeah.
we were able to connect with ourselves a lot more.
Hmm.
We had time to focus on things that we love, and it was good. Honestly,
Yeah,
that time was good. And how everybody was out there helping each other. Instagram stories were just filled
yeah,
with resources, and you would never have imagined that Instagram would turn into such a big source of help.
yeah. I am a different person. Like, as you also said, that the Gayatri before and the Gayatri now is not the same, right? Same. I think I am a totally different person, not just in how I look, but how I think, how I feel, my perspective towards world and my life and my goals. My goals have changed. Before COVID, I think my idea was just to get a job, work 9 to 5
Make money.
and make
Just
money.
make money.
Yeah. And if I get to travel, I'll travel. That's it, right? I
Hmm.
mean, I did not have a plan per se. I did not have certain goals. But when COVID happened, when we were in our bedrooms for
Hmm.
ages and we had time to think about our lives, what we are doing, where we are going, our
Hmm.
goals, what we want with this life,
Hmm.
I truly thought about it and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't love it. I'm not
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
And I need to do something about it, right? And I need
Hmm.
to figure out what I really want to do, and that is when I started painting.
Hmm.
That is when I really got into art, and
Hmm.
I realized that I don't want to do 9 to 5 anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Revelations. It was a time of revelations.
Absolutely. I feel that the negative impacts of COVID on me, not the disease COVID, but the situation
The
COVID,
situation, huh?
on me was that I spent so much time with myself and my brain that I started overthinking about stuff a lot. I
Hmm.
got really anxious
Hmm.
about certain things, and I don't think I was like this before.
Hmm.
I was a very chill person and I would not get anxious about certain things before,
Hmm.
but now I do. Every
Hmm.
little thing affects me now.
For sure. I think even though I did not get COVID, right?
Hmm.
My health affected in different ways.
Hmm.
It you could see it on my skin, you could see it in my hair. Like
Yeah.
your health did get affected because of
Yeah.
it. And the most interesting part is that एक तो बहुत बड़ा मिस जो डिबंक हुआ था उस टाइम वाज़ कि हम अगर ज़्यादा घर रहेंगे तो आवर स्किन विल बी क्लियरर और वी विल लुक बेटर. It
Yeah.
did not happen somehow.
Yeah,
Like
because our
it did
mental
not.
health was getting worse, no? And it was showing on our bodies.
Bodies, yeah, because mental health was really like we were scared all the time, we were paranoid all the time for our
Yeah,
families, right? Like there were
yeah,
obviously moments of comfort and happiness, but whenever anybody would go out, it was always scary because there were
yeah,
such
absolutely.
scary news everywhere, and how
Yeah,
everything was just we used to wash everything, and my
yeah,
brother used to get really paranoid and he was full of panic too. And
yeah,
sometimes like your parents would not understand that they should take care of this in a certain way, and
yeah.
like they would sometimes take things lightly, and then it would be very
Hmm,
difficult for my brother and I to make them understand. So yeah, it was very difficult. And like
hmm,
I think I started taking my health seriously after pandemic. I did not take my health
hmm,
seriously before
yeah,
pandemic or care about nutrition at all.
yeah. Hmm, I get that. Yeah,
Hmm.
same, even like there were many physical changes as well. I also did not get COVID.
Hmm.
But yes, I was not working out, I was not going anywhere, and I gained a lot of weight, a ton of weight during COVID, which of course impacted my mental health. It's like a cycle, no? My mental health affects my body, and my body affects my mental health. And it
Hmm.
just kept going back and forth.
Hmm.
I also said this in the body shaming episode that I feel like my mind and my body are both at war and nobody's winning.
Hmm.
COVID is when it actually started happening, this
Hmm.
thing. And I feel like now it is taking me a lot of work to first accept that,
Hmm.
okay, this has happened
Yeah.
and it is not my fault, and that I need to
Hmm.
be kinder to myself. And second, to work on my health and my body and to go back to a better lifestyle for myself.
Hmm.
It is taking me a lot of work,
Hmm.
but yeah, this is what it is for now.
Yeah. Like something interesting that I want to talk about is like fashion during pandemic. So everybody was just in their sweats all the time.
Yeah.
It took us quite a while to get out of the sweats. I think maybe for people who did not like it as much, they were very
Yeah.
excited to finally dress up and stuff. But honestly, I love athleisure and I just love joggers and sweatshirts and just loose clothes. So for me, it was fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that, yeah, I like my sense of fashion and clothing had changed. And it's ever evolving. It's ever
Yeah.
evolving. But with pandemic, it evolved even more.
Yeah, it took all of us so much time, a lot of time to get back to the normalcy, to the normal life, even when it
Mm.
came to work as well. Offices started reopening, and so many people were, including me, were adamant to not go back to office and just work
Hmm.
from home because it's so much better, honestly,
It's
personally.
convenient.
It is
Yeah,
so
it is.
much better.
Yeah.
You get so much done, so much
Mm.
work done at home, and you can also take care of yourself, your mental health, because the commute bit is so
Yeah.
annoying. And also,
Especially
like,
when you live away, like
and
far away.
it is expensive as well going to
Yeah.
office. And I'm so glad that many companies realized it and they,
Yeah.
became fully remote.
Yeah.
But the companies who did not, they did not.
Yeah.
But it's great to see that some people were able to evolve and adapt to the world after COVID.
Yeah. Like we should.
It's a different world. It's not just about people. The world in itself has changed so much
Yeah.
after COVID.
Yeah. How do you feel about masks though? Like, was it very annoying for you most of the time?
Because of my specs,
Mm.
yes, it was pretty annoying.
Yeah. Like, also, do you remember how in America people were like, we will not wear masks and we will not get vaccines because it is against our
Yeah,
rights or duties? I don't know. That was
something. And I,
pretty
not just
fucking
America,
lame.
I think somewhere else as well. I can't really remember, but yeah, it was a thing. It
Yeah.
was definitely a thing.
And I think a lot of misconceptions were also floating all the time that caused more fear than it should have been.
Hmm. Yeah,
That caused unnecessary fear also.
definitely. I think that we were more scared during the first wave than we were during the second wave. First
Mm,
wave because it was new, it was unknown. So we were like making more conscious efforts to not go out, to wear masks, to
mm,
sanitize and stuff.
mm.
But uske baad we started to loosen up.
I think for me, I did not feel like that wearing mask was such a task. Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think that it was such a task. I used to like it because like less stares, men would stare less, so I like that.
Yeah,
जैसे
oh my
देखने
god,
वाले तो
yes.
कभी भी कैसे भी कहीं भी देख लेते हैं, but it was a factor like less attention because
Yeah,
COVID के बाद any kind of attention or even like people getting comfortable physically around each other was also
yeah,
something.
of course. Yeah, and did you see the inventions, the kind of masks people were making?
Stylish masks.
Yeah, the shield and the shield that glows. Like talking about inventions, there were so many new businesses, so many people finally started their passion projects, finally worked on that thing they had been thinking about for ages.
Yeah, because I feel it was also a time when we realized that we should never be dependent on like one source of income because
Yeah,
could be stripped away. You never know, even at the best and the best of companies, how like Apple, Google, Amazon, they hired so many folks during COVID, and now how they're being laid off. It's
yeah,
scary, it's unpredictable. You
yeah,
never know what's gonna happen. So, yeah,
yeah.
I think having multiple sources of income is a major, major goal.
Definitely. Even like some companies even shut down during COVID,
A lot of
and
them.
many people lost their jobs. Many people became unemployed during COVID. It was a tough time for them. And yeah, I think I agree that people
Mm,
realize that we need to have multiple sources of income first, and second, we need to have something of our own, build
mm,
something of our own, and not be dependent on other people to pay our salaries.
yeah.
And COVID jab khatam hua slowly, then people started doing that revenge travel thing.
That was so fun.
Yeah,
That was
it
very
was.
Like such nice stories about revenge travel. Loved it.
Yeah, people start traveling more and more. Ab they are like पूरा खुल चुके हैं. Everybody is going around.
Mm.
It's nice to see that.
Yeah, true. So I think that during COVID, 2020 and 2021 to be very specific, we were lucky enough to have the opportunity to actually travel. So I remember the
Hmm.
first time that I traveled in 2020 was in December in Manali. It was nice. It was very like, oh my God, like, okay, things still exist. And it was interesting to see people out there,
Yeah.
that people are going out now. And then
Yeah.
again, after after that year in 2021, we went to Shimla and then we went to Manali again. Like everybody was
Yeah.
going to the mountains and it was
Yeah.
sweet. It was fun and it felt like wow that we are so blessed to be able to still have the opportunity to travel. Oh, during pandemic was the first time I took a flight to Jaipur as well. And I
Yeah.
was so adamant that I want to like wear that mask के ऊपर वो एक प्लास्टिक शील्ड नहीं होती
Shield.
थी.
Yeah.
मैं
Yeah.
तो वो भी पहनती थी बस में.
Yeah.
या बस में भी फ्लाइट में भी उस टाइम एंड आई रिमेम्बर माय फ्रेंड वाज लाइक कि मैं तो मास्क भी नहीं पहनने वाली और ये तो शील्ड लगा के बैठी है. So that was really funny.
Yeah.
Another thing I've noticed about our human nature is that
Hmm.
when we go through some really hard times or when we are put in some really bad situations where we learn some lessons,
Yeah.
and we feel like, oh my God, now we have learned this lesson. Now I've learned this and it'll be different now. And this situation has been so tough, but I've learned this, I've learned that, and yeah.
Yeah.
But once they process it, they are back in their old habits once they process
Yeah.
it. It's simple like just like I know somebody who was like in a health situation. He was in hospital for some time and then he couldn't stop about how health is so important, how nutrition, how working out is so important,
Yeah.
and how the little things are so important. And it was bad because he had a surgery and he would talk like, oh my God, usne to sari zindagi jee liya hai. 1 month into his recovery and 1 month into him processing the hospital trauma, he was back at it. And it's not just him, it's how people are. And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are
it's very
also,
normal.
yeah. And
Yeah,
once we process it,
yeah,
we are back in our old bad habits, but
that
you
is
gotta
true.
work. Hmm.
I get that. It happens with me as well. Like even when I'm watching a very motivational video, on YouTube or something,
Yeah.
while watching that video, I'm so pumped. I'm like, yes, now I'll do it. Now you see me now. And then just 15 minutes after
Hmm.
watching the video, I'm like, ah, okay, let it be.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's a basic, it's a very normal thing.
Yeah.
Human
It's
nature.
very
Yeah.
normal human nature.
Yeah. Do you remember that phase during COVID when Modi said that we need to go out and bag the utensils?
Back the burden.
Yeah, it was so noisy. इतना
Oh,
शोर,
oh my God.
इतना
I
शोर.
या आई ऑनेस्टली जैसे आई फील ऐसी चीजें निकलती रहती है भूलती मतलब ऐसे भूलती भी रहती है जैसे फिर
Yeah,
याद करने बैठो तो कितना कुछ होता है याद करने
yeah,
वाला.
yeah. I'm sure there's so much that happened during COVID, and we of course we don't remember most of
Hmm.
it, but हाँ,
Hmm.
the बर्तन वाला thing तो super funny. I remember
Super
it was
fun.
मेरे कान बज रहे थे honestly after that.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was not as intense in my locality. Maybe that's why I don't remember it as vividly, but
Hmm.
yeah, it was there. But
Yeah. In my locality, it was really bad. People were waiting for the time. I don't know कितने बजे they said to do it.
they were like कि चलो आज कुछ अलग करेंगे
हाँ,
बर्तन मारते
कुछ fun करेंगे because इतने टाइम से घर पे बैठे हैं. So at least now something we have to do.
something
So
to look forward to.
exactly.
Yeah. So, do you remember this song, "Stuck with You"? Stuck with you. Yeah, "Stuck with You."
गा के
Ariana
सुना.
Grande. "Stuck with You." Ariana Grande
I don't
and
remember the
Justin.
names. तू गा के सुना.
Stuck with you. Stuck with you. Stuck with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Huh.
Yeah, there was also like a COVID song where they talk about how, um,
Hmm.
like they have so much time on their hands now and they
Yeah.
have all the time to learn more about each other, and very cute song, very
Yeah.
COVID song. Also, I also remember another song that was released during COVID, which was "If the World Was Ending."
I don't think I've
Julia,
listened to it.
if the world was ending, you come over, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, now listen. Yes.
You'd come over and you stay the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
song!
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was an emotional song. Yeah.
You should listen to it, Amisha, again. It'll bring back memories.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I really want to talk about how second wave was.
Mm.
I still remember the second wave like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was because it was also very personal for you, and you had really close friends who went through really bad shit.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, to see, like as you've already mentioned, to see people come together, share resources during the second wave, it was crazy. It was super crazy. Like I remember feeling anxious every day during that period because you don't know कि कब किसको कोविड हो जाए and you don't know who ends up in the hospital. Like I was so scared for my parents because they're old and my mom was not vaccinated, like she could not get vaccinated because of the
Hmm.
orders from her doctors, and it was super scary. I remember like ordering a bunch of sanitizer, like huge bottles, and we would sanitize day. Every day we'd sanitize the front door and everything.
Hmm.
Matlab, I was super paranoid during COVID. And then, of course, to see my like family and, of course, my friends and their families go through second wave. And, of course, I think we all know
Passed away.
somebody
Hmm.
who has passed away. All of us, I think.
Hmm.
It's true for all of us that
Hmm.
somebody, at least one person that we know, passed away during COVID. And it's so sad to even think about it, right?
Yeah,
It's super sad.
very unfortunate.
Yeah, I became numb to it honestly after a while. That
Hmm.
I remember like one of my really close relatives, she passed away during COVID and I was truly numb.
Hmm.
I did not react to it. I did not cry, I did not feel anything. And
Hmm.
it was scary. And of course, like my friends had to go through much worse. People have lost like their parents and stuff.
Hmm.
It's not easy.
In a span of months.
Exactly. I think 2-3 months only.
मतलब आई थिंक जस्ट कोविड के टाइम पे जितना वो स्ट्रेस वाला टाइम था ना, सम डेज वर उतने ही फुल ऑफ हैप्पीनेस कि कल की कोई टेंशन ही नहीं थी मुझे तो लाइफ में, मतलब बहुत ही फ्री थी मैं कि
That's true.
बहुत फ्री थी मैं बहुत लाइट और खुश, अलग ही खुशी एक्सपीरियंस कर रही थी मैं।
सही में कि हाँ कल ऑफिस नहीं जाना, कल किसी
कहीं
से
कहीं
मिलना
नहीं,
नहीं है, कुछ नहीं
कहीं
है।
कुछ नहीं है, बस मजा आ रहा था यार लाइफ का। एंड देन लाइक जस्ट ट्रैवलिंग एंड एक्चुअली बीइंग इन द सेम एटमॉस्फेयर एज योर loved ones, your friends, basically just sharing a space with them, it
Yeah,
made even more impact on you, and it was even more valuable.
yeah. Gayatri, I want to say to you that I'm so thankful
Oh,
to
okay.
you for being a good friend during
Yeah.
COVID. I think we all need a friend like you.
Oh, Misha. COVID and beyond, Misha, not just COVID.
Yeah, of course.
You too, girl. I think you are a solid girl.
Thanks. I'm a solid, not a semi-solid, not a liquid.
you, you are solid.
All right, my state of matter is solid.
Yes, you are solid. You are an inspiration. You are funny.
Bus,
And you
bus,
are. Okay.
bus. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
All right, so on this very beautiful note, we shall move on to today's question.
Yes.
What is the question, Gayatri?
So we got a question from one of our friends. that said, how to balance personal growth with family demands or responsibilities. इसका जवाब ही नहीं है. You simply can't. Just deal with it.
It's tough. I think it depends on situation to situation. Again, it's very subjective.
Some family households can be very, can't really say. It can get very toxic. So I
Yeah,
think the only way out is to, I mean, we are no one to say because ना सबके फैमिली डायनामिक्स बहुत डिफरेंट होते हैं और बहुत
yeah,
इंट्रिकेट होता है और तुम ही जानते हो कि व्हाट विल वर्क what will not work, and I think the
yeah,
best thing is that the thing is that nobody can tell you how to work through your family dynamics, but you can share your experiences with your close friends to get some perspective,
yeah,
and maybe also seek therapy.
yeah. I was about to say, yeah.
हाँ, these are the things जो आप थोड़ा खुद को भी फिर नेविगेट कर पाओगे और बेस्ट अदरवाइज भी वरना मुश्किल है यार ऐसे.
I think, but then when it comes to family now, I think most of us think that we need to put our families first, which is yes, we need to. I think we families are important, and we often go out of our ways to help them, to be there for them. But I think it's so important to be there for yourself, because if you're
Mm,
not there for yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't be there for your family. So I think if you are going through something, if you think that your personal growth is being affected right now because of your family, you need to think about yourself in this moment, put
mm.
yourself first, and maybe then you can think about your family, because ऐसे ना you'll start resenting your family
Yeah,
if you think that they are the reason for your unhappiness or for you being stuck right now in life. So थोड़ा सा इस moment में you need to be selfish and put yourself first, do things that make you happy,
mm,
and then you can focus on your family better.
yeah. Can't pour from an empty cup.
Definitely not. Alright, then I hope this answer was sufficient enough.
Thank you for asking again.
Alright, then we'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care.
हंसते रहिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए और सुनते रहिए.
Here goes everything with us.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Toodles.